Hello, bonjour and welcome to another episode of the Investec Champions Cup highlight show. This week, no highlights. The preview to what promises to be an incredible weekend of rugby in Bilbao. Union Bordeaux-Bègles facing Leinster is going to be an incredible Champions Cup final. To do so, we came to Tom Rugby Club, my local rugby club, the boys that I've been helping. I'm such a good coach. The less I go, the better they get. And they almost got promoted last week. It wasn't meant to be this week, but get ready for pre-seasons. The Broncos are going to be lovely. But more seriously, this weekend, it's Bilbao, Bordeaux against Leinster. How did 24 teams end up being only two absolute sensational rock stars of rugby between Bordeaux and Leinster? It's going to be some treat. But what a tournament overall we've had.
In today's show, we build up towards the climax of this year's Champions Cup in the spectacular city of Bilbao. We catch up with two of the stars of this year's competition ahead of the final. There's a look back at how the two finalists made it this far. And Benjamin analyses where each team's strengths and weaknesses lie.
The final is definitely going to be a game of margins.
All that plus a rundown of the Investec Player of the Year nominees.
Champions Cup is the pinnacle of club rugby. Skill, drama, tension, passion, and certainly last year's final did not disappoint.
The final could not be any more special for those involved. Northampton back in it, Bordeaux-Bègles first-timers. And now just one step away from realising their dream and getting their hands on that trophy. A two-timer on UB. Let's find out. Captain Dingwall pumping away. Kemeny arrives, Mitchell arrives, Smith is there. Mofana throws himself in. Langdon, he had a stinger. He might sting the opposition. They declare on the wrong side. Mitchell showed that to the referee, but there was screaming for it. They thought it's an overlap. Freeman's in there. Coles is in there, dragging himself forward. Unbelievable start. Tremendous position for Luku and for Jalibert, and out he goes from Viros, and it's another for Penaud, and he will not have had an easier one on his run to a record-breaking dozen. It's not called a knock-on, and it can so often break up after a moment like that, and Jalibert loves moments like that, floats it into the grateful arms of Coleman. Bordeaux-Bègles are in again.
Footwork here from Jalibert, steps the whole pack.
Luku, both sides with a player in the bin.
Hard down, play on, open play.
It's been stolen away off the floor. Paddow's in on those Prowse. And a first half replacement for Northampton here. Mitchell, 15 work. Here's Slater. Doris has got his second as well. He's top and tail of this hop. This game now is right on the line. Bordeaux can't pull away. Will they get nervy? They've never won the big one since they became the Union. Tamafuna, he's the man they want to carry it. Again, Cano waits, but Luku thinks he can do it. Kevin, he says, no, you don't.
No hands. Okay, you stay there,
Richie, remember his short ranger for La Rochelle to win the cut. What's he set up here? That's where he's set up.
No hands.
No. Double-edged sword for Northampton. Try and converse, they just lose by a point. But of course they'll keep going. That is it. Bordeaux-Bègles have done it. The Union has its trophy. They win this famous old cup.
Wow, what a final, what a game. Pressure, tension, strategy. You could tell how much this all meant to both teams. But that day, it's Bordeaux that created a special page in their history book. We're gonna go speak to Louis Bielle-Biarrey, the electric scooter, to hear from the horse's mouth actually what it meant to that team. But let's first remind ourselves actually how this Bordeaux team got themselves all the way up to the final.
Reigning champions Bordeaux cruised through the pool stage with bonus point wins in all 4 of their games. The top seeds then dispatched Leicester in the round of 16 to to set up a mouth-watering quarter-final against Toulouse.
This could have been the final, it's not, it is the quarter-final.
Teddy Thomas on the outside, who feels he can get away from Jalabert, and they make a mockery of being a player down. Even the great Toulouse can be made to look like this, nervous and tense, and going out probably now. Bordeaux-Bègles give it to Toulouse for a second year running in the competition that matters most.
So the semi-final and another heavyweight clash with English champions Bath.
What a special day, semi-final day. Oh, there's a bit of space for Peno on that far side. A whole lot of space, actually. He's showing, and he is going. Just short. Luku, here they come. Gazzotti was arriving at pace, and so were the holder Bordeaux-Bègles there. Barbary tries to line them up outside, then he goes himself. Great defence from Lamotte. Spencer's going kick pass now. Oh, it's a beauty. Muir hardly had to move. What a start again. This competition in the knockout stages this year has been so good.
The two sides traded tries.
Here comes another for Bordeaux-Bègles, the man who we all knew would inevitably score. Lovely hand from Bob. Russell onto Arundel, and out it goes to Muir. Muir tries to finish this. Oh! Luku did his best, but the flying Will Muir feels he's got in there.
But just before half-time, the reigning champions forged ahead.
Here's Jalabert. Little show, he's got Luku tracking with him. Little juggle inside. Moefana, they're opening up. Palu, on it goes. Gazzotti nearly there. Looks for help. Comes from Luku. Luku's underneath the posts. They are so good. Champions should be.
Again, Bath forced their way back into the game.
You can see Finn Russell calling for the mad overlap on this right-hand side.
Oh, it's got to come wide, hasn't it? It's got to. Spencer onto Russell. Now it's Lawrence. Hennessy, they scrambled across again, but Hennessy has somehow found a way just to get that down on the line, and Bath do get that score.
But in the end, Bordeaux were just too strong and too powerful.
They're going for the kill, basically. Mathieu, back it comes. Rocky.
I think his hands are on the ball, he should be able to play him there. This is so hard.
Here is the big man! They played the Joker, but he's all serious. Serious bulk to be used to that effect to hit the jackpot. It's Bordeaux-Bègles who will play a central part again on Cup final day. The champions in this second half finding it when it mattered most again. They will go to Bilbao to defend their crown. Leinster are going to have to play very well to beat the champions. It's going to be great finding out.
Louis, merci de venir me voir, merci de venir nous voir, et puis je suis bien content qu'on fasse ça en français, ça fait du bien de glisser un petit peu de français dans ce show qui est quand même trop anglais.
Et merci à toi.
Et si je te ramène à Cardiff, j'y étais pour cette finale contre Northampton de l'an dernier, et cette première page extraordinaire que toi et tes collègues vous avez réussi à écrire pour l'UBB, est-ce que tu peux nous replonger un peu dans les émotions que ça te ravive?
C'était un moment assez extraordinaire, parce que c'était notre première finale européenne, donc c'était vachement fort. On a réussi à la gagner, c'était le premier titre de l'histoire du club, donc ça c'était quand même pas neutre, et ça venait valider un projet UBB, on va dire, qui était inscrit dans des phases finales maintenant depuis 3-4 ans, donc c'était le bon moment pour gagner ce premier titre, je pense, et ça restera un souvenir assez inoubliable.
Est-ce que tu peux nous parler du coup de l'engouement du public bordelais autour de cette compétition?
Oui, déjà les supporters bordelais ils nous suivent, que ce soit en championnat ou en Coupe d'Europe, ils sont tout le temps à fond derrière nous, et c'est vrai que le public bordelais, je pense, est fan du beau jeu, fan des belles actions, et c'est vrai que la manière dont est faite cette Champions Cup amène le beau jeu, de par l'arbitrage, de par les équipes qui veulent jouer, qui veulent produire. Donc ça, je pense que ça plaît beaucoup à notre public. Et c'est vrai que aussi, c'est des équipes qu'on n'a pas forcément l'habitude de jouer, des équipes sud-africaines, anglaises, irlandaises. Et je pense que ça apporte un petit côté spécial à ces matchs.
Est-ce que tu peux avoir un mot du coup sur le Leinster, leur façon de jouer, ce qui t'a surpris chez eux, quelques joueurs phares que vous avez déjà identifiés comme les maîtres à jouer de cette équipe?
Mais déjà, le Leinster, comme tu l'as dit, c'est 4 Coupes d'Europe, mais c'est aussi, je pense, sur les 7 ou 8 dernières éditions, ils ont tout le temps au moins été en demi-finale. Donc c'est une équipe qui a l'habitude de ce genre de rendez-vous, et donc du coup aussi des joueurs de ce niveau-là. Enfin, tu l'as dit, Caelan Doris, Dan Chinan pour ne citer que, mais c'est des joueurs qui ont beaucoup gagné avec leur club, mais aussi avec l'équipe d'Irlande. Donc c'est des joueurs qui ont l'habitude de ces matchs en jeu, et c'est des joueurs qui savent comment gagner des titres. Donc voilà, on sait à quoi se préparer. C'est une grosse défense, c'est un gros pack, c'est de la qualité partout. Donc ça va être très très dur de gagner. Et voilà, c'est aussi les champions du verset, donc on sait que c'est une compétition très dure.
Tu fais quand même partie de la shortlist, les joueurs de l'année Investec Champions Cup. Est-ce que tu peux nous parler un petit peu de cette reconnaissance et toi, de la façon dont tu t'es senti dans cette Investec Champions Cup 2026 à titre perso?
Eh ben déjà, je suis très content d'être nommé. Je crois qu'on est 5. Donc je suis aussi avec Mathieu Jalibert, donc si ça pouvait revenir à un joueur de l'UBB, Mathieu ou moi, je serais très content. Et non, évidemment très content. Je pense que ça vient récompenser tout le travail de l'équipe par rapport à cette campagne 2026 où voilà, je pense qu'il y a Mathieu et moi, mais ça aurait pu être aussi d'autres joueurs. Je pense à Max Fucu qui fait des phases finales assez exceptionnelles, mais c'est vrai que c'est toujours glorifiant et ça fait toujours plaisir d'être nommé. Après, de le gagner ou pas, ça c'est autre chose, mais d'être nommé, d'être reconnu pour ça fait toujours plaisir.
Merci d'avoir pris le temps de discuter avec nous.
Plaisir.
Bonne semaine, préparez-vous bien, faites la bise à tout le monde, soyez forts, on vous attend sur le terrain et puis à très vite.
Merci, salut.
So good to hear from Little Pocket Rocket Louis Bielle-Biarrey. But now let's focus our attention on the opposition, on Leinster, and let's have a look of actually how they got themselves all the way to the final.
Leinster started with 2 wins over English opposition. Harlequins at home in round 1.
That was a moment of magic from Tommy O'Brien. Leinster comprehensive, and that is something to build on.
Followed by Leicester away. In round 3, Leinster faced their old rivals La Rochelle, the side who beat them in successive finals. Trailing by 2 points with time nearly up, it looked like they were going to be defeated by the French side once again, until they were awarded a penalty.
Looks like Harry Byrne wants this.
Leinster have done it. La Rochelle transformed.
A win in Bayonne gave Leinster a 100% record and meant they topped their pool and were 3rd seeds going into the knockout stages. In the round of 16, Edinburgh came to Dublin and almost caused an upset.
And believe it or not, Edinburgh are going to get in.
But the boys in blue showed their resilience.
Is into the corner. In the end, Edinburgh gave a great account of themselves, but Leinster just too good.
They kept home advantage for the quarter-final against Sale, and after a tight first half, went through the gears to seal a comprehensive win.
Here goes Dan. He's got pace and a step, and Osborne is there with them, and they're going to finish with a flourish. Leinster are over for try number 6. Leinster are in to the semi-final.
3 times winners, Toulon were the opposition in the semi-final.
Leinster looking to punch their Bilbao ticket right here, right now. Porter on the rampage. Gibson Park has options. One of them is captain Caelan Doris, and Doris is there.
That try from Caelan Doris looked to have sealed it for Leinster, but suddenly Toulon staged a comeback.
Toulon go on a ball move, and they're as close to the Leinster line as they've been for much of this game, and they have a try.
Advantage Toulon.
Still advantage. What a pass indeed. Albornoz, crossfield kick. Prendergast is out there. Dreyan, no way you stop him. Awesome from Toulon. Absolutely awesome. They look dead and buried.
With just 4 points in it, Toulon attacked from deep.
You need a try. Jaminet, he's away. And Toulon have Dreyan out wide. McCartney cuts it off. Dreyan back inside. Almost goes to Tuisuru, and his hand goes out and knocks it forward. Oh, who writes this stuff? And that is that. And Harry Byrne dispatches it. They have to win that game, not once, but twice. The search for the 5th star is still very much on.
We've just seen that the road to the final for Leinster wasn't particularly smooth, but they got there and they are ready. Now, let's hear from the captain, the workhorse, the force in the ruck, the leader of the pack, Caelan Doris.
The way some of the lads talk about it still to this day is like one of their best days in their career, and a ton of positive memories from that day and the days in the aftermath that are still spoken about. There's excitement there about trying to create more opportunities like that, but again, it's just focusing on what we can do to put ourselves in the best position possible. I think a certain amount of pressure is always going to be there at this stage of the season. I mean, it's an incredibly hard competition to win. There's probably a lot of desire from knocking on the door a few times and getting close. There's belief from how things have gone this year and navigating some of the tighter games and finding a way to come out on top.
What a thriller. Full credit to this Leinster team. Hung in there, found a way.
So I think overall it's just an attitude of embracing the opportunity, properly attacking it and enjoying it as well. Their backs are spoken about quite a lot for their attacking prowess. They've obviously got a lot of pace and large, varied skill sets there, but I think their pack is also incredibly strong. They've got very good set piece, but around the park they're pretty powerful too, and have some strong carriers, so they are a handful, and it's going to be a big challenge for us. When we get down towards their end of the pitch, trying to convert pressure into points as much as possible, and then all the basics when it comes to finals rugby in terms of discipline, set piece, the breakdown, things like that. So there's a few areas that are going to be key battles. Very special, and there's a lot of hard work gone in this season, but over the last number of seasons to get us to this point again. There's been a lot of commitment from obviously the playing group, the wider coaching staff and staff beyond them, as well as all our supporters who've followed us through thick and thin. So it's a pretty special place to be in, and there's a lot of determination and desire to go one step further than we have over the last number of years.
Great to hear from the big man, Caelan Doris, part of 5 nominees for the Investec Champions Cup Player of the Year, and the winner will be announced after the final. Here's Robbie to take you through how you can actually get involved and vote.
The shortlist for the 2026 Investec Player of the Year has been confirmed, celebrating the standout performers from what has been a thrilling season of the Investec Champions Cup. And you could have a say in who wins the award. Voting is now live until Saturday 23rd of May at 3:30 UK and Irish time. The winner will be announced following the Investec Champions Cup final, and here are the 5 nominees. Alfie Barbary's explosive ball carrying has lit up the tournament and won the Bath Forward 3 Investec Player of the Match awards this season.
What about that beast?
Alfie Barbary, take a bow, boom.
Electrifying winger Louis Bielle-Biarrey earns his place as the competition's joint top try scorer with 8 so far.
Bielle-Biarrey is away, and he's not going to be caught. It's party time.
Ireland and Leinster captain Caelan Doris has been the heartbeat of a dominant campaign for the 4-time champions.
It's captain Caelan Doris, and Doris is there, and Leinster's captain has surely secured their place in the Investec Champions Cup final.
Finn Russell is the competition's leading point scorer with 81, and he's been vital to Bath's impressive run in the competition.
That's top class. It's champion mentality for me. Oh, this could break for Russell.
Fly half Matteo Jalibert is one of the most informed playmakers in the game, and he's been instrumental to Bordeaux's devastating attack.
Dripping with skill, angles all over the place. Try.
Fans who vote will also be entered into an exclusive prize draw with the chance to win a signed jersey from an Investec Champions Cup finalist.
Right, it's prep time for the final. I went through a little bit of footage of the last two semi-finals because a final is definitely going to be a game of margins. Let's focus on Leinster first. Champions is all about momentum, all about mindset. At halftime, 2 men down, only 3 points ahead, Leinster seemed to be in serious trouble. When they have one opportunity, they take the 5-meter penalty out, Dan Shearer punts the ball down, and they're going to tap and go, and they're going to be clinical, they're going to be organized, they're going to be well drilled, and they're going to cross the line to score a try that's going to put them not only back into the game, but also force Toulon to concede a yellow card. That's the mindset that champions never give up and never fail to do so. But then, if you fast forward about 25 minutes, when we thought that all things were definitely cooked and done and that Toulon never stood a chance, all of a sudden, a bit of a fright there. Gaël Dréan, if that pass lands for Twikuvu, it would have been a totally different outcome, and I think you would have seen a lot of blue jerseys crying in the stands. Now let's have a look at Bordeaux. They got seriously shaken up by Bath. Bordeaux are all about ball possession, but Bath in that semi-final had 62% of ball possession. Barbary causing mayhem. Bordeaux had to really get super tight in defense, rushing out. Damien Penaud there, and Louis Bielle-Biarrey, bang on Arundel. That is a perfect chop tackle. Another example, really close to the lines. The big Bath forwards are going mental at it. Barbary is just going to be held up. Never let go 1 inch with those big ball carriers. Bordeaux had to be very tight, and the team morale was absolutely key. But Bordeaux is about ball possession, is about being dominant in attack. And when they get going, they are absolutely a joy to watch, and they are so ruthless and so spectacular. Lucu decides to go into the blind side. Jalibert is a magician. He bounced the ball. Moefana in support. Boris Palou, how did he even get up from the scrum? I don't even know. A good clear by Moefana, and Maxime Lucu will score under the sticks, even if Tom Dunn tried to melt him on the line. A word on Maxime Lucu. He is the leader, he is the maestro. Jalibert is the creator, but he's the organizer. He's been absolutely incredible in this Investec campaign. He deserves all the praises, like his teammate Louis Bielle-Biarrey just mentioned. We spoke about the two crazy teams, we spoke about the importance of the competition, and then you only need a special place to host such a special occasion. Let's have a look at Bilbao, a wonderful city to host a special day.
The final of the 2026 Champions Cup will be between Bordeaux and Leinster, held at the stunning San Mamés Stadium on Saturday, 23rd of May. 24 teams started out on the road to Bilbao at the end of last year. Now we are down to the final 2, and what an extraordinary journey it's been.
The backs coming in, pushing them, driving them over. What a turnaround at Scotstoun Stadium! Tonight the Galacticos are Glaswegian. It's one for the ages.
Pollock chipping for himself the chase. Pollock and Penaud. Oh, Pollock's punked him. There's his moments. Check your pulses, Bordeaux.
O'Brien, what a finish. Albornoz will go out wide. Drea, lovely step, lovely try.
Champions are into the semi-final of the Champions Cup. He even the great Toulouse can be made to look like this, nervous and tense, and going out probably now. The champions are into the last four again.
And Leinster's captain has surely secured their place in the Investec Champions Cup final.
It's Bordeaux Begler. They will go to Bilbao to defend their crown.
Here we go, no more excuses. We've done all the prep work for you and building up what a sensational final this will be between two rugby giants. I am so excited and I hope that you are too about this final. Is it going to be Bordeaux? Is it going to be Leinster? I don't know, but I cannot wait to see it. See you in Bilbao.